Hey, namaste, I'm Kay, and today we are meditating on the third eye, the anya chakra, the seat of wisdom and psychic abilities. So please find a comfy seat, either upright in a lotus posture, or sitting in a chair, or reclined in a bed, whatever works for you. Take a few deep breaths, feel yourself settle in, feel your body relax, your shoulders relax, your chest, your neck, your face, your jaw, your eyes. Let your tongue relax. And just breathe here nice and easy. Maybe even smile to yourself, taking this time today to nourish your practice, to nourish yourself. It's good work. And feel yourself just drop deep into your body, because as we work on the third eye, it's not uncommon for people to feel like they start to get disassociated with their body as we move up in the chakras. I'd even really recommend going back to these previous videos where we start at the root and work our way up the chakra system so that you feel really grounded and rooted inside. For some people, too much focus on the third eye can really just like blast them off and make them feel like, where am I? What is going on? So breathe deep, settle in. Maybe imagine yourself sinking into a deep bowl of warm pudding. I don't know why warm pudding, but warm pudding sounds really luxurious to me. It may be weird for you, so maybe it's just a warm bath. Maybe you're a little bit more normal than I am. That's totally cool. But we're going to bring our focus up to the third eye, right between the eyebrows and slightly above. Now, if you've seen depictions of Shiva, the great yogi, the great meditation master, the male half of divinity, he's always depicted with his third eye open, seeing all, witnessing all in a deeper way. When our third eye is open, we are able to see beyond the physical world and see things as energy. A little bit like Neo in the Matrix, seeing everything as computer code. We get to see the flows and bends of the energy that makes up the universe, see the patterns, see even time itself, which I'll talk about more in a second. So I invite you to put your focus up here. If you need to, you can even just tap there gently. You can also take the tip of your tongue and press into the roof of your mouth. You want to press into the space right before the hard palate ends. So if you run your tongue along the roof, you'll find that squishy part in the back right before there. And gently press up. That stimulates a nerve that can also activate the third eye. You're welcome to keep your tongue here. You're also just welcome to let your tongue relax, whatever feels good for you. And then breathe, enjoy this space. You can visualize, I see it almost opalescent, a flickering light of pale blue, pale purple, periwinkle, glittering light here. The anya chakra, anya. It's the seat of psychic abilities, of deep cosmic understanding and wisdom. When we are really open and fluent in the language of our anya chakra, we can see distant places, hear distant conversations, have auditory and visual experiences and meditations, and we can access what are called the Akashic records, or the vast cosmic library of everything that has always been. And even more than that, because that's still a construct, we can experience deep time. So the lower chakras are each associated with an element: earth, water, fire, air, space. In this chakra, we move beyond the elements that we know on this planet and move into the element of time itself. The beings who live on the realm with which the anya chakra corresponds are able to see time as a physical construct. They're able to witness thought as a power in the universe, that every thought generates energy, generates matter. And they actually say that as you evolve in your meditative practice, you have to be careful of not only what you say, because what you say can create things in the world, you also have to be careful of what you think. It's part of the reason they encourage mantras, because if our mind is just repeating divine sounds, that's more beneficial. You'll get to a point where if you think something, it will come into being. So your mind better be well trained. So what do you experience when you put your focus in the third eye? Maybe a lot, maybe nothing. Either way, it's okay. Now the mantra for this chakra is Om. 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 The sound of our known universe. Om. The sound of creation. The sound of deep wisdom and knowing. The full blossoming, the full opening of the chakra usually doesn't happen for people until the middle or latter part of their life, when they start to accumulate what we would call true wisdom. Right? Probably got to be over about 40 before you can consider yourself truly wise. I say with full humility as a person who still has a few years to go before I get there. Wisdom takes time. Understanding the workings of the world take time. And that's why I don't ever envy anyone still being in their teens or 20s. Like, as much as you might know at that point, it's still a drop in the bucket from what you will grow into. Life should get better with every year we live. We should become more healthy, more wise, more holding of divinity every year, every day we're alive, ideally. Now, the realm of creation that corresponds with the third eye is the Devic realm, or the godly realm. It's where you might, if you experience angels in your meditation practice, they might exist here. If you experience gods or goddesses, they can dwell here. One might think that this is a beautiful space to live, and in a lot of ways it is. But they actually talk about this being a bit of a difficult incarnation to have, because you're so close to the oneness, you're so close to enlightenment, that there's just not a lot of impetus to put in the extra work to get that last little bit of a way. There's often a big sense of ego of like, oh, I've got it all figured out, I'm a god. And they don't realize how that little bit of I understand everything keeps them from full merging with the divine. That sense of I've got a long life and everything's easy, why should I care? Why should I worry? Why should I concern myself with lower creatures who are suffering? They say, in fact, that a lot of devas, when their life ends, incarnate next into a hell realm full of suffering because of the unconsciousness, the lack of compassion with which they live their life. And in fact, it is considered a much more holy, sacred, beneficial incarnation to be born a human rather than a god. Think that one through for a moment. My friends who are deeply, deeply psychic and can see and hear things and understand things in a way that I make no claims to in regards to what's happening in the world. You can tell they have very open third eyes. But we all have our gifts. Each of us have affinities for different chakras, different parts of our energetic body. Maybe this is yours, maybe it isn't. It doesn't matter. Well, ultimately, I think we should continue on upwards, because as great as the third eye is, it gets even better one more chakra up. So we're going to head up to the crown. That will be the next video. If you want to join us, please go ahead and skip ahead. If you want to continue to meditate on your third eye here and work on developing your intuitive and psychic abilities, by all means, do. If you find that you're somebody who really struggles to understand the way things work and you're often confused by situations, this could be a good place to spend some time. But if you'd like to move on, go ahead and skip to the next video. Otherwise, it's been a pleasure to sit with you today. Enjoy the rest of your meditation practice. Namaste.